Hello and welcome. This is Teresa, Craftygrams. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the craft layer. I have, I'm going to start a new sort of series, and it's going to be start to finish. So what I am starting today is the prototype, can't think of another word for it, the prototype of a blank photo album, scrapbook, journal that I saw on Monica Seacoast's channel. And the title of the video says that it was inspired, it's a G45 inspired trifold. So, I presume that means graphics 45. Sorry, I'm checking y'all. Having problems with my microphone. Okay, so yeah. So what I have here before me is some paper. 12 by 12 papers that are not my faves, not my style anymore, not something I would normally go to for, you know, any of my journaling needs now. So yeah, they're quite retro, and then they also have, I don't know, glittery, sparkly stuff. They've probably been around since my 25-year-old daughter was little, because this looks like stuff I would have used in her scrapbooks. Anyway, it is, I'll show you the front of it, because I do still have, because why, I don't know, I do still have the front and back, or no, maybe not the back, definitely the front of the paper pad. The Paper Studio Oops-a-Daisy 60 paper pack with glitter. Right, so, these projects are always paper hungry. So I think I have at least 20 sheets of this paper here. And she has printable, or she has a link to the printable dimensions, measurements, and score instructions. But for some reason I write them out because that's just the way I am. Yeah. So I was going to say that's because if I want to make changes to them or whatever, but if I print them out, I could still write changes to them. I don't know, guys. This is just the way my old brain works. So I have them written on a notepad here beside me, and I hope I don't drop it. I just do. Okay. So this is blank base trifold folio G45 inspired trifold. I'm not going to do the cover and all that right now because I want to see how much of this cardstock I have left to make the cover and all of that for. With. Yeah. So we're going to start with the base page, which is A. Very good place to start. So I need one cut at 7.5 by 7 3/4. Now I have my cutter turned sideways because it's just easier for me to see the measurements if it's sideways. If I have it like this, I can't always see that far away from me with or without the readers on. It's just that twilight zone where I can't see nothing. So here we go a-cutting. So I said 7.5 by 7 3/4. So, I'm gonna have to push this arm out too, aren't I? Yes, I are. Oh, well, I can't. Let's close that down before I impale my hand with it. There we go. Okay, so 7, what did I say? Well, this is not at all awkward. So 7, 7.5 by 7 3/4. 7.5. See, this is what I mean. I can't really see that either way. 7.5. Oh, and sleeves. I can't stand sleeves. But it is really, really cold here in Georgia. I mean, Georgia is the land of, we don't know how to deal with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't have icebreaker machinies or any of that kind of stuff around her. And salt, road salt, whatever. So 7.5 by 7 3/4. 7 3/4. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of repeating because, you know, attacks against the brain have to happen. And what I do when I do these is cut all the pieces, then I come back and score. But this one says no score lines. So B, let me label that because I will forget. And I usually label on the white side just so I can read it. A. Yeah. That's a good start. B is also one sheet of paper at 8 by 8 1/4. Let's do it this way. 8. 8. Let's get it straight. 8 by 8 1/4. Fascinating viewing here, I'm sure. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing. All right, so B. Again, not doing score lines until I get everything cut. So then, okay, so that's all for the base pages. So 1A is one piece cut at 5.5 by 8 1/4. And during this process of, you know, doing the prototype, one of the goals of it is to determine how many pieces of paper I actually use. So I usually just keep a tally every time I pull another piece out. And I note what size paper I started with. And then throughout, when I get into, if there are any smaller pieces, I'll go to the pile of offcuts or cut off or leftover pieces. I'll see if there's something in there big enough for whatever comes next. So this is one at 5.5 by 8 1/4. So 8 1/4. Right, 5.5 by 8 1/4. 5.5. 5.5. Going once, going thrice. Yeah. Okay. So that's a pretty good size piece. I might be able to use it for something else. So this is 1A. And then, yeah, well, all right. That's going to be made into 2 angled pockets. Okay, so now 2A, I need 2 at 3 1/4 by 11. So never be able to get them out of it. So that's 3 pieces of paper, and this is 4. And I need another one for that 8. What did I say? 11 by 3 1/4. So 11. I might be able to get them out of there. 11, all the way over here. Jeez Louise. 11. Now I'm going to throw that away because I doubt there's anything that's an inch long. By 3 1/4. 3 1/4. 3 1/4. Okay. Oh, whoop. That's, what is that? 2A. See, it's just, I have to do everything very methodically because my brain is kind of mush. What did I say? 3 1/4? Mm-hmm. See what I mean? See what I mean? See what I mean? 3 1/4. That is another 2A. And 2B, I also need 2 of them. 10 by 3 1/4. Ooh, can I use this again? I doubt it. I mean, not for both of them. 10. Oh, gosh. 10. Oh my gosh, go stand over there. 10 by something. 3 1/4 again. Yeah, I don't think I've got 2 more 3 1/4s. I don't. Okay, so that's 10 by 3 1/4. And that is 2B. 2B, or not 2B. Sorry. So, 3 1/4. Oh, gosh, you willikers. I keep putting them up there with the scraps. Stop doing that. So here's another one. That is 10 by 3 1/4. 10 by 3 1/4. I also need 2 3 1/4 by 9. Sounding like some kind of a waterfall going on. What is this? 9. 9 by 3 1/4. Is 2C. Alright. Flip the page. Flip the page. Flip the page. Wait, what? That's all there is to it. I need a 6 1/2 by 11 1/2. I don't think any of these are 6. Nope. And that's not 11 1/2. So there we go. That's another piece of paper. Look, I came prepared with 20 pieces of paper, and this one's only going to take like 7. Because that's just page number 6. Maybe 8 pages. So 6 1/2 by 11 1/2. I'm going to cut this 11 1/2 first. And then 6 1/2. And that is 3A. And 3B is 6 1/2 by 10 1/2. Now the piece So what did I say? 10 and a half. 10 and a half. 10 and a half. By 6 and a half. That is 3B. 3C is 6 and a half by 9 and a half. No, of course not. See. Okay. Before I forget, let me add another tick mark here. So yeah, that was only 7 pieces of paper. And let's see what goes on now. So A has no score lines. It's done. Two, or B. Eight and a half by 8 1/4. What? What? See, that's wrong. 8 by 8 1/4. 8. Nope, it's right. 8 by 8 1/4. Score 2 sides at a 1/2 inch. It's going to be a corner thing. So flip this over to the scory side. Look at all that fuzz that just came out of there. So this is going to be, what did I say? Head over heels, it's front to back. Right. So a 1/2 inch, score 2 sides at 1/2 inch to form a corner. It's getting complicated here. 1/2 inch. Half an inch. Okay, and then 2 sides at 1/2 inch. Use envelope punch 3 inches. From each ends of the short side. So that's 8. That's the 8 1/4 side. So on this side, triple super duper sure that's the 8-inch side. Okay. So 3 inches from both ends of the short side. Envelope punch. Oi. Here I go again, measuring the 8-inch side. Okay, so I need 3 inches from here. And 3 inches from there. How's that gonna work? Oi. Things that make you go, But hey, it's just a prototype. That's how we learn. Live and learn. Gosh. Oh, yep, there it is. This is crazy. Okay. Cut off the tab. Well, really? Could have done that with my tab punch. Probably not. But I'm going to pretend. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that piece off with a little knifey and a little rulery. Oh my goodness, I'm on my good cutting board. Matte thing. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just be very gentle. Be very, very gentle. No more pressure than is absolutely necessary. Let's see what we got. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, wind you back in before I do some harm. Put you back up. Okay. That was a little stressful. But I mean, I get it. I guess. It's a pocket. Okay. So let me finish doing the pockety thing and whatever you do after you score it, burnish it. Cut this wee little chunky out. Because I know that has to happen. Okay. Phew. So that was a lot of work for B. It's okay. 1A. 1A. Score 2 sides at a... Are we doing the same thing? Oh no, this is the one we cut in. Okay, core 2 sides at a 1/2 inch. Oh, I see. It's not making 2 angle pockets, just 1. So, okay. So, this is going to get chopped off. And then I'm going to be measuring. I'm measuring 2 inches. Two inches from here, 2 inches from here. Right? Right. 2 inches from there. And 2 inches from there. And we're just kind of gonna eyeball this, and then cut between. Like when I go to do this for real, I'll do it with the paper cutter and just cut nice and straight between those two. Well, close enough, good enough, good enough, good enough. Oh, I think this was supposed to be to the center. Oops. So how long was this? 8 1/4, so 4 1/8. Yeah, I had to turn that around. 4 1/8. 4 1/8. Yeah, that is quite deep. Probably was supposed to measure it 2 inches from this. So 5 1/2, 3 1/2. Yeah, I think I like that better. I am going to do it this way because that's a pretty fair distance. Okay. See, do what I say, not what I do, right? Parenting 101. Oh my goodness. That's much closer to an angled pocket. Right. Gosh. All right. Oh, let me flip this over again. Back to front, not head to toe. Oh, you guys can go away for definitely. For definitely. Okay. Park you up there so I don't impale myself. Let's get these folded and burnished. Yeah, that's not all that fantastic. That little corner there overlaps a little too much. I'll fix that when I'm gluing. Okay, so that was 1A. All right, there's not a lot of pieces of paper, but there's a lot to be done to each piece of paper. So, 2A. Score the 11-inch side. Oh, Lordy, have mercy. There's a whole bunch of them. So what I'll do is turn the around to the other side and do, because this is the downside of the Works tool. There's really only 6 inches of useful scoring. Okay, so score the 11-inch side at 4 1/4, 4 1/4, 4 3/4, 5 1/4, 5 3/4. So we'll start again till we meet in the middle. 4 1/4, 4 3/4, and 5 1/4. Yeah. So yeah. I'm guessing this is going to be one of these kind of deals. Oh, well, you know, like that. Probably like that. A hinge. That's what I'm trying to say. It's probably going to be a hinge. All right. So that's one of them done. I need to do another one like that. So here we go again. 4 1/4. Just double, triple check. 4 1/4 and 4 3/4. 5 1/4, 5 3/4, 4 1/4, 4 3/4, and 5 1/4. Yeah, see that 5 1/4 on this way is 5 3/8. Splitting hairs, kids. You're splitting hairs. Chill. Okay, well. Alright, I'm just putting them there together. 2B. Score the 10-inch side, same thing. Score the 10-inch side at 4 1/4, 4 3/4, 5 1/4, 5 3/4. 4 1/4. That's 4 1/8. 4 1/4. Let's make sure I did this right. 4 1/4. 4 3/4. 5 1/4, 5 3/4, and that's all. Okay. Read the directions, Mo. Yeah. Yeah, the other one goes 5 3/4, 6 1/4, and then 6 3/4, which I don't have room for over here, so I may get my larger scoreboard out and try that mo better. Okay, so again, 4 1/4, 4 3/4, 5 1/4. And then 5 3/4. I don't know what we're doing with them. So. Alright. 2C. Score along the 9-inch side at, wait for it, 4 1/4 and 4 3/4. 4 1/4, 4 3/4. Just those two. So I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. I think I do, and I think I folded the other burnished. That's why I didn't burnish them, because I'm not sure if they're going to be accordion or a spine type of thing. Okay, 4 1/4 and 4 3/4. So there's two C's done. Two C's. And then next, 3A, which we have right here. 3A is score on the 11.5-inch side at 4 1/2. See, I'm just going to get my other scoreboard out for this, which is frustrating because, I mean, not everything is measured exactly the same. So I'll make some noise down here while I get out my other scoreboard. That one's my sticky one. All right. my big one. That's not sticky. And that is the score side of it. You put down there. Okay, so let me go back to the 2A. Score along 11 to 4 1/4, 4 3/4. 4 1/4, 4 3/4, 5 1/4, 5 3/4, 6 1/4. It's almost an 1/8 of an inch difference. Okay, 6 3/4, 6 1/4, and 6 3/4. Yeah, that's rather distressing. Paper sole that's cracking. It's okay. So 4 1/4, 4 3/4, 5 1/4, 5 3/4, 6 1/4, 6 3/4. I mean, that one may just be completely operator error, where that one, last one is almost a full 1/8 of an inch off. Okay, so that's 2A's. 2B. 4 1/4, 4 3/4. Those should be right, because it's just those. Yeah, that one should be fine. This one should be fine. All right, let's get to these last two. So, score along the 11 1/2 inch side at what is it? 4 1/2 and 5. 5 1/2 and 6. 6 1/2 and 7. Goodness. Yeah. I have no idea. This is why I have to watch the video 19 1/2 times. After I think I've prepared all the pages. While I'm assembling it, I have to watch the video through a couple of times and then pause and rewind and pause. Yeah, it's an ordeal. So this is 3B and the 10 1/2 inch side. I'm scoring at 4 1/2 and 5. 5 1/2 and 6. Oh, jumped ship. 5 1/2 and 6. Watch what you're doing. Watch what you're doing, woman. See, did it again. Gracious. Getting in a hurry. Because all we've done is cut and score. And it's been an hour, almost an hour. All right, so this is 3C. And we're scoring along the 9.5 inch side at 4.5. Guess what? And 5. 4.5 and 5. So that is a good place to stop this portion of this new experiment, start to finish. And I will watch the video a few billion times before we meet again. And then I will attempt to put it together on camera. Yeah. That's the plan anyway, but you know, man plans, God laughs. Look how dry my poor hands are. The stinking heater, and I am not turning it up no matter how cold it gets. I told the kids I may need a may need a space heater, but I'm not turning that house heater up anymore. It's too bad for my skin. It's too bad for my skin. I'm not doing it. So all right, let me pile these up flat again, so they don't. It makes it very easy when they're all laying willy-nilly with these partial folds and all that junk. It makes them very easy to knock off the table. So here we go. All right, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please give it a like and a comment and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.